Okay, it looks like we're live. Welcome back, my friends, family, and neighbors. They're coming back to watch this. This is somewhat of a digest for the month of July. My name is Orzhel. I'm a broker owner of Realty Max, operate a brokerage here in San Marcos. We service primarily North County, but we do travel in many different places. So my information is below, and if you want more information, you can always go under the video and get more information as well. Anyway, so let's talk about the market. The market here in San Diego varies by area. So certain areas are still what I call in a boil, right? Because people come to me and ask me, hey Leo, how's the market? And by the way, if you see me out there and you recognize me, feel free to come up and say hi. So they want to know how the market is, and it's, it all depends. It all depends, first of all, if you're buying, if you're selling, and ultimately what area you're talking about. Specifically in San Marcos, the market it's a good market. We're about 50-50 more or less. But once again, the more things change, the more they stay the same. And I mean that in a way of that technology is helping home buyers obviously see your home much quicker and get the information on your property much faster. Where before it might have taken 4, 5, 6 days to actually propagate and information to be delivered to you. With that comes obviously some negatives as well. One of the negatives is every buyer in a market, when they look at your home online, be it Zillow, Redfin, whatever, 100 different other portals, almost automatically they see exactly how long your home has been in the market. So before, when this was not an important factor, now it is an important factor. And I always, when I talk to my seller clients, I always tell them to put on the hat of the buyer on so you can understand what's going on. And I always tell them, look, just think about you coming into a house. You really love the house. It's a house for you. And you ask your agent how long the house been in the market. And your agent says, well, it just came in the market 1 or 2 days. And the chances of you making a full price offer or better, I ask them, and it's going to be very high. The odds people don't want to lose out on homes that are new, and obviously the fear of loss is going to make them do things, especially when they find out there's multiple parties that want to buy this home. Same scenario, they come in, they love the home, and then they find out the home's been marketed for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, etc. I always ask, what are the chances of you making a full price offer? And I got to tell you, the answer is pretty much always across the board the same. Not a chance. You're probably going to come in lower. You're going to test the market, because at this point, as a buyer, you really have nothing to lose. There's nothing on the table at this point. The home has been in the market regardless of what the issue is. Maybe there's nothing wrong with the home, but something has happened when the home stayed in the market too long. Okay, so again, you really want to look at it. So when I talk about selling the home faster, and when I talk to people about really it's a break or make situation for most sellers, it's usually a 7-day time frame. I really do mean it. And it's not because I want to sell your home faster, because I want to get faster, because ultimately you win, because you have the leverage to be able to use the leverage to push up the price as high as possible and really reach the absolute full potential of what your property can sell for. So that being said, as you know, the property always runs off the same fuel, right? The real estate market runs off the same fuel, and that's always been real estate rates, right, or interest rates. So as you can see right now, we're kind of heading slightly higher, 6.58, but overall, like I said, we really haven't been. We've been around 6% of the lowest, and then 6.75% last year about the same time. So overall, we're not at the highest the past 3 years, but we're kind of in that 6.5% range. What does it mean for most people? Well, for most people, the thing is very simple. People who are going to buy, they're going to buy regardless. If they can afford, they're going to buy, because ultimately you want to get in on that train. And people, I think, are smart enough to understand that if rates do go down and they sit there and wait, they're going to end up paying more for the same house, because as rates come down, demand will shoot up, because more people perceptibly will be able to afford it, and with that you'll have to pay more for the same house. So you want to get in to whatever is affordable for you, and like I said, when the time is right and when rates adjust, to the point where you can refinance, you have to just refinance. And that being said, as I mentioned many times before, my company does financing as well, so we do mortgage financing. So if you're looking to refinance or pull some money out, whatever that situation is, although I don't think it's best for everyone to do so, but sometimes those situations do occur, feel free to reach out and talk to me. So overall, the market is strong. It's really important to prepare the property for the house. I mean, for the sale. Sorry, I guess it's getting late in the day. So prepare, right? Position. You want to position properly, so you want to make sure that however you position the property really brings in more people than you know what to do with it. Because the difference in winning and losing is a lot of money. You can lose 5-10% a lot of times on the sale because you've been in the market too long. You weren't positioned properly. You weren't prepared properly. So those two things are really important. We make sure that all our sellers are prepared, regardless. Sometimes we get them to do an inspection because we don't want to have to renegotiate after we're already in escrow and buyer does their inspection. Now they have to renegotiate everything. So we like to get this out of the way, get all those variables out of the way, and we do what we can to make sure things are nice and smooth. Ultimately, we're all about getting you offers, multiple offers in the first weekend of listing the property, while your home has only 2 or 3 days on its on the timer, right? Because the longer you stay in the market, the days in the market have detrimental effect on your value. Like it or not, we're human beings. We all want things that other people want, or we have a tendency of wanting things we can't have. It's just the way we are. It's not going to change. So as a listing agent, I have learned to use that understanding to really dial in the property the best way I can to make sure that we can get people in at the same time, create urgency, create what I call a boil, and really make sure the buyers put out their best offer and know if they don't do it, somebody else will. So, nobody wants to lose. So it's all about psychology. Anyway, what I want to say regarding the market. I was going to go through some listings and kind of show you what's happening, but I don't want to go that deep. But I'm going to tell you this. I still see every day as I look at sold properties, I look at how long they've been in the market, and based on how long they've been in the market, I can look at what was the list price, and I more or less know what's going to be the sale price, right? In fact, recently I spoke to one of my clients. We were sitting down and we were talking about contingent offer, right? Because they need to sell first and then they need to buy something else. And I asked them, under what condition would you accept a contingent offer on your property, right? Meaning the person has not sold their property, they'd like to sell it, but they want to buy yours first before they put theirs on the market. In light that you have other offers at the same time, let's say you do have 3-4 offers on the table, and the contingent offer comes in, right? So the chance of them, or you, I should say, accepting contingent offer is very low because you have other great offers on the table. Why should you accept them maybe when you can accept something that's actually going to close and go in the direction you want it to go? So the same thing goes for them making an offer, because they ask them, will somebody accept our contingent offer if we make an offer on a property we like? So the conversation is the same. And I told them exactly what I'm going to tell you now. The only time your contingent offer is going to be accepted, more likely, is because the property has been in the market for more time than necessary, usually over 2-3 weeks. And for one reason or another, the market just kind of passing on it. So you're going to have more leverage, obviously, with the seller for them to accept your contingent offer. So I personally, as a listing agent, don't care for contingent offer. The only time I will take contingent offer is if the party buying your property is already in escrow, the buyer has done all the inspections, and it's there's a couple of little things that need to be taken care of before they can remove the contingency. So it'll be a very short time of a contingency removal. But overall, as far as contingencies go, right, most sellers will not accept a contingent offer unless there's nothing else on the table. So just keep that in mind. What else I want to say? I think that's pretty much it. Again, I just want you to understand, we sell properties the way we sell them and our system, the reason it works is to give you really a competitive advantage. And when I say competitive advantage, because if you listen to me before, you already know we cannot do anything regarding the inventory. The inventory or supply is something that's out of everybody's control. How many homes are in the market any time? And we don't know what's going to be in the market a month from now, 2 months from now, and 3 months from now. Where we shine is being able to turn the demand on its head, meaning we're able, with our pricing, with our positioning, and our preparation, we're able to create a lot of demand for your property. So regardless how many homes are in the market, we have buyers coming to you because they feel that your home is special, and if they don't do something, they will lose out. And that's really how our system works. If you want to know more, you can always, I believe there's in the back of the newsletter, there's a QR code. You can schedule a free strategy call and kind of talk and see, just have a quick conversation, see if see if it makes sense for us to meet or not. So we can just talk on the phone first, kind of go from there. Again, we only do a few of this a month, so just keep in mind. I think now we're booking for September already. So just keep that in mind, because we usually only do 3-4 a month in that particular in 72 process. So if you are looking to sell, you probably want to get a hold of me right away. One more thing I want to talk about real quick before we cut this off. We do offer, if your home needs work, we do offer to be able to front some costs for you to be able to improve your home, maybe painting, maybe some landscaping, things like this. So it's up to $25,000. We do have to be pretty close to the sale, so we have a deferment usually of 60 days, so we'll usually put up the money for you, get all the work done, get you in the market, get you sold, so this way you can get the absolute best price for your home. We're not going to charge you any interest or anything on the property. We are going to get paid at the end, but like I said, whatever increase you're going to be able to get out of that is yours. So I think that's a pretty nice thing for you to do. Like I said, we are putting our money where our mouth is, and we're here to help you. Anyway, if you're looking to sell in San Marcos, or if you're not looking to sell and you have a friend or neighbor or someone who can benefit from this video, feel free to share. Otherwise, if you haven't done so, and if you enjoyed this video, hit a like for me and subscribe. The more likes we get, the more this kind of gets thrown around, and people can kind of listen to me. And that's all I want to say for today. Thank you again for joining me, and I'll see you next month. Thanks.